What is this box?
I wonder what's inside. What did you find?
Huh?
A mystery box. Open it. Huh? It's empty. What?
Huh?
What are you two doing? We found this box. Let me check. Do you see anything?
Nope. What are you doing?
I'm checking better. Hey, why is the box shaking? Oh! Ah! Huh? You scared us! You trickster!
Out of control balloons. The whole group is playing ball in the backyard. Bob misses a kick, and the ball rolls toward the fence.
Uh-oh.
Agnes runs after it. As she bends down to pick up the ball, she notices a bunch of balloons tied nearby. Curious, Agnes grabs the balloon string and gives it a tug. A gust of wind blows in, yanking the balloons hard and making Agnes stumble. She holds on tightly. Then she's lifted completely off the ground, her feet kicking in the air. Gru turns around, startled, and runs toward her. He reaches for Agnes's legs but slips. Agnes rises higher, drifting away from the yard. Gru runs underneath, jumps again, and manages to grab Agnes's legs. He's dragged a few steps across the grass. The minions rush in to hold on to Gru, forming a line to pull him back. The balloons shake violently. Dr. Nefario runs over and quickly ties the string to a large rock. The balloons slowly descend. Agnes gently touches the ground. The wind calms. Agnes looks at everyone and smiles. Forming a DIY band an afternoon in the backyard. Poppy sits and drinks some water. Agnes sits nearby playing with toys. One minion flips the pot upside down, uses a spoon to tap it. Clang! The minion jumps in surprise right arrow, taps again. Clang! Clang! Another minion runs over right, grabs a cardboard box, slaps the box with his hands, thump thump. Agnes gets curious, picks up an empty plastic bottle, shakes it, rattle rattle. The group looks at each other. They start playing a band. Everyone has a different rhythm. Poppy stands up, claps along to the beat. One minion keeps drumming, gets more and more excited. Drumming while dancing. Clang! Clang! Dance is too hard. The spoon slips out of his hand. Whoosh! The spoon hits another minion on the head. Then everyone bursts out laughing. Minions discover a strange hat on a table. Small minion decides to try the hat. The hat is too big. Small minion walks without seeing anything. One-eye minion starts laughing. Tall minion takes the hat to try it. The other minions want to try it too. All three pull the hat at the same time. The hat suddenly slips out of their hands. The three minions look at the hat again. They suddenly get a funny idea.
Sir, yes, sir!
All three minions try to wear the hat at the same time. Translation: rescuing a minion stuck in a water pipe. A large water pipe lies next to the wall. A curious minion bends down to peek into the pipe. Looks around. No one is paying attention. The minion sticks his head in first. Then his whole body slides in. The minion gets stuck in the middle of the pipe. Legs kick wildly, arms flail. Another minion hears the noise and looks inside. Only two round eyes spinning inside the pipe. More minions come running. Two minions pull the legs. One minion pushes from the other side, not moving at all. One minion gets an idea, runs off and comes back with a bottle of soap, pours a huge amount of soap into the pipe. The minions line up behind the pipe and take a deep breath. Push together! Whoosh! The stuck minion shoots out of the pipe like a rocket. The minion lands straight into a bucket of water. Wearing the bucket on his head, Dizzy Butt gives a thumbs up.
Okay.
The other minions clap and dance happily. A light flight, an afternoon at the park. A minion holds an umbrella, looks at the sky, strolling happily. Suddenly, a strong gust of wind. The umbrella flips inside out. The minion is lifted off the ground. Feet dangling, the minion flies low, hands gripping the umbrella handle tightly. Other minions turn around, panic. The whole group rushes over. Grab the minion's legs. The minion gets pulled downward, but the wind still holds on. Gru runs over, adds his strength from below. The whole group forms a chain, pulling the minion down. A tense moment. The wind weakens, the umbrella collapses. The minion drops gently onto the grass. Thump! Everyone falls into a pile. The minion sits up, rubbing his head. The other minions sigh in relief. A moment later, another breeze passes by. The umbrella lifts slightly again. The minion panics and immediately lets go of the umbrella, letting the wind carry it away. The shirt carried away. By the wind and afternoon in the yard, Agnes is hanging out laundry. The wind grows stronger. The clothes flutter wildly. Whoosh! One shirt slips off the line, flies up and gets caught on a tree branch. Agnes is startled, looks up. Two minions playing nearby run over. First minion arrow jumps and reaches for it. Too short, second minion arrow. Uses a stick to poke the shirt arrow. Whoosh! Arrow. The stick gets stuck on the branch too. Agnes goes into the shed and pulls out a ladder. She sets the ladder under the tree. The minions hold the ladder. Agnes climbs up. Agnes stretches out her hand, almost reaching the shirt. Screech! The ladder slips. Agnes loses her balance, arms flailing. The minions panic. Grab the ladder tight. The ladder shakes hard, everyone wobbling. Thud! Agnes slides down safely to the ground, sitting flat. The minions tumble on top of each other. Up above, the wind changes direction. The shirt falls down, landing right in front of Agnes. Agnes hugs her teddy bear tightly and runs around, laughing happily. Suddenly, Agnes trips. The teddy slips from her hands, rolls a few times across the grass, and then falls straight into a drain. Gru runs over. Kevin, Stuart, and Bob stand behind him, crowding together and watching with worried expressions. Kevin immediately runs off to look for something. A moment later, Kevin returns with a long rope. Gru bends down and gives the rope a test pull. The rope tightens, then suddenly snaps back. Stuart can't hold on and is flung backward, rolling a few times across the grass. The group pauses, looks at Stuart, covered in grass and mud, and bursts out laughing. Gru steps forward, takes the rope, grips it firmly with both hands, and pulls very slowly. Finally, the teddy bear is pulled up completely. Agnes hugs the teddy tightly against her chest, smiling brightly. Banana Truck Rescue. Gru is driving a small truck loaded with crates of bananas in the back. The minions sit dangling from the truck, giggling as they ride along. Suddenly, clunk! The rear wheel gets stuck fast against a large rock. Gru presses the gas. The truck shakes slightly, the banana crates wobble, but the vehicle doesn't move. The minions sway, clutching the crates tightly, their eyes wide with alarm. Gru crouches down to look at the wheel, scratches his head in confusion, then signals to call for help. Dr. Nefario appears, driving an old forklift toward them, with several tools dangling from the front. The forklift stops. Dr. Nefario lowers the forks and carefully slides them under the stuck wheel. The engine hums softly as the wheel is slowly lifted, and the truck tilts to one side. Gru stands at the front to steady the truck, while Bob and Stuart push from behind. When the wheel clears the rock, Dr. Nefario lowers the forks. Thud! The wheel touches the ground safely. The minions cheer and dance around the forklift. Self-driving car out of control. A wide testing ground. The scientist stands beside the new car. The scientist presses the start button. The self-driving car begins to move. Suddenly, the car speeds up. The scientist is startled. The scientist presses the stop button. No response. The car rushes straight ahead. Minions panic and run after it. The scientist grows more anxious, frantically pressing buttons. The car crashes into a trash can, then slams into a stone bench. Gru appears, sees the out-of-control car. Gru runs after it, jumps onto the roof, but the car doesn't stop. The wind blows hard. Gru holds on tight, face tense. One minion drags a bin. Another pushes a box. They shove obstacles in front of the car. The car hits the obstacles. Screech! The car stops abruptly. The minions sigh in relief. But Gru is flung hard, flying straight into a tree. The minions look up, freeze for a beat. The minions burst out laughing. Gru lets out a long sigh. The great cleanup battle Gru's house is neat and quiet. Gru steps outside and closes the door. Inside, 3 minions look at each other and grin mischievously. One minion opens the flower cabinet. Poof! Flour explodes, covering the house in white. Another minion pours paint onto the floor, slips and falls, leaving a long, colorful streak. The third minion eats bananas and throws the peels everywhere. Fast cuts, comedic rhythm. The house slowly turns into a battlefield. The door opens. Gru freezes. The camera pans across the chaos. Flour, paint, bananas, wrecked furniture. Gru crosses his arms, frowns, and taps his foot. He points at the floor. Clean up! A minion grabs a mop and slips and falls, dragging a bucket of water along. Another minion vacuums and accidentally sucks up a banana. A minion wipes the window. The more he wipes, the blurrier it gets. The more they clean, the messier it becomes. Gru sighs and picks up a broom to demonstrate. The minions watch, then seriously copy him. The house gradually becomes clean again. Edith stuck in the trash bin. Edith walks slowly at the back of the group. Her eyes dart left and right, full of mischief. She stops in front of a large trash bin. She glances around, making sure no one is watching. She climbs in. The lid immediately snaps shut. Agnes stops. She doesn't see Edith. The minions scatter, searching, looking behind benches, looking under trees. No one is there. From afar, a garbage truck appears, moving slowly, getting closer. Gru sees the truck. His eyes shift to the trash bin on the curb. He freezes. Gru runs over. The minions chase behind. Dr. Nefario steps forward, opens the control panel at the back of the truck. The lifting lever starts to operate. The lid flips open. Edith slides out. The minions stretch their arms to catch her. Edith lands safely on the ground. The minions collapse onto the ground, exhausted. The dog out of control. An afternoon at the park. A wide, quiet pathway. Gru holds the dog leash, standing firm. The minions walk behind. Agnes walks ahead, holding a small ball. Agnes accidentally drops the ball. The ball rolls away. The dog looks at the ball, then runs after it. The leash pulls tight. Gru is dragged forward. The minions help pull, their feet wobbling. The whole group gets dragged in a line. Unable to keep up, the ball rolls around a stone bench. The dog changes direction to follow. Gru squeezes through the minions, behind bump into each other. The ball slows down. The dog slows too. The ball stops. The dog stops immediately. The whole group, carried by momentum, piles up and falls over. Agnes runs over, picks up the ball. The dog sits down, wagging its tail around Agnes. Gru and the minions lie on the ground, look at each other and burst out laughing. Rescuing stuck in the elevator. Gru leads Agnes, Edith, the minions, and the doctor into the elevator. The elevator begins to descend. Suddenly, the elevator shakes slightly, comes to a complete stop. Lights start blinking. Minions, eyes wide, staring at everyone, pressing all the buttons. Agnes clutches her dress, worried. Edith crosses her arms, curiously looking at the ceiling. Gru frowns, observing the situation. Doctor opens his briefcase and takes out a door-opening device. Hastily assembling, Gru steps forward, pulls at the elevator doors with all his strength. The doors don't move. Minions join in, pulling with Gru. The whole group slides backward. Agnes looks down the small gap in the doors. Agnes slips through the gap, disappears outside suddenly. The elevator doors burst open, piles on top of each other. Silence for a few seconds. A minion peeks out first. Agnes stands outside, smiling, gives a thumbs up. The elevator doors close behind them. The group steps out, shaking their heads with a light laugh.
Whoa! What is this? Smells good.
Oh!
Aha! What did you find? An orange. Nice. Let me peel it. Whoa, so sour!
Oh!
What are you two doing?
We found an orange! Whoa, sour! Sour but yummy!
Minion cooks breakfast morning in the kitchen. A minion wearing a chef's hat stands in front of the stove, very confident. The minion turns on the stove, places a pot on top. The minion pours ingredients into the pot, stirs evenly. Other minions stand around, watching closely. One minion sprinkles seasoning, just a little. Another minion adds more, much more. A third minion pours in the entire bottle of seasoning. The chef minion freezes. The pot boils over the lid, flies off. Bang! The lid hits the floor. Smoke rises. The kitchen becomes messy, splattered, blackened. The minions stand still, faces covered in seasoning. Poppy walks into the kitchen, stops, looks at the scene in front of her. A moment of silence. Poppy lets out a soft breath, rolls up her sleeves. Poppy grabs another pan, adds fresh ingredients. Poppy cooks neatly, quickly. The minions stand around, watching. A delicious smell fills the air. Poppy plates the new dish, clean and tasty. The minions look at the food. Eyes light up. Poppy smiles, hands on her hips. Agnes chasing the butterfly. On a sunny afternoon, Agnes sat on the steps, holding a lollipop and watching a butterfly flutter around. She suddenly jumped up and ran after it, giggling. The butterfly flew out through the gate, and Agnes chased it into the street, completely focused. Gru was reading a newspaper, and the minions were playing with a rolling banana, unaware of what was happening. One minion panicked and raised the alarm, causing the whole group to trip over each other. Agnes stopped at the edge of the road, the butterfly landing on the crosswalk. A car came speeding, but Gru rushed over just in time, scooping Agnes up and pulling her to safety. The minions slid along the ground, forming a barrier and catching their breath. Agnes hugged the butterfly and waved as it flew away. The whole group smiled with relief. Fake explosion experiment. Dr. Nefario stands in front of a large machine full of buttons and wires. Excitedly, he presses the start button. Immediately, the lights on the machine flash rapidly, and the screen displays a countdown timer. The minions' eyes widen as they begin to chatter nervously. The countdown speeds up, the machine vibrates slightly, and it emits a series of beep-beep sounds. Panic spreads through the group. The countdown reaches its final number. Everyone holds their breath. Suddenly, the machine stops. There is no explosion. Instead, it shoots out colorful confetti and smoke, filling the lab. The minions freeze for a moment, then burst into laughter, dancing in the shower of paper. Dr. Nefario adjusts his glasses, grinning proudly. Gru exhales in relief. Agnes claps excitedly, and the entire laboratory becomes lively and full of color. When Gru needs the toilet. Immediately, the house is quiet. The clock ticks. Gru stands in the middle of the room, holding his stomach, pale-faced gurgle. Gurgle Gru bends over, rushes toward the bathroom. Gru inserts the key, turns it. It won't open. Gru turns again, harder. Still won't open. The minions hear the noise, turn around. They look at Gru, instantly understand. The minions kick the door. It won't budge. Another minion pushes. The door shakes. Gru clutches his stomach, sweat dripping. The doctor runs over, dragging a vacuum cleaner, plugs it in, turns it on. Powerful suction. The vacuum doesn't pull the door. It sucks in the minions instead. Minions stick to the hose, dangling in the air. Click! The door opens. Gru dashes straight into the bathroom, slams the door shut. Bam! Outside, the vacuum turns off. The minions drop to the floor. Everyone sighs in relief. Rescuing Agnes in a runaway stroller. Agnes sits in a baby stroller, hugging her teddy bear. Her legs swinging lightly, Poppy pushes the stroller slowly, walking while watching Agnes. Ring! Poppy's phone rings. Poppy stops to answer the call. Let's go of the stroller. The stroller stays still for a moment. A light breeze blows. The stroller starts rolling slowly. Agnes doesn't notice, leans back comfortably. The stroller rolls farther away from Poppy. Reaches a gentle slope. It starts picking up speed. Agnes opens her eyes, looks around, realizes the stroller is moving. The minions are playing nearby. They turn and look, see the stroller rolling on its own. Panic, the minions run after it. One minion trips and falls. Another minion tries to grab the handle. Slips. The stroller rolls onto the grass. Its speed slows and it comes to a stop. Everyone sighs in relief. Poppy runs over, lifts Agnes up and hugs her. The minions look at each other, smile softly. The escalator runs backward, a busy shopping mall. The whole group stands on the escalator. The escalator moves normally. Everyone stands still. Suddenly, the escalator changes direction. It starts running backward. The speed increases. Everyone slides backward. The minions grab the handrail. Their feet push hard on the steps, but they keep getting pulled back. One minion loses balance, rolls slightly backward. Gru turns around, grabs the first minion, pulls him off the escalator. Gru pulls the second minion, then the third. The escalator moves even faster. Only one minion left. The last minion tries to stand firm. His feet keep slipping. His body spins in place, spinning faster and faster. Gru reaches out, pulls hard. The minion flies off the escalator. Everyone falls into a pile on the floor. The escalator stops. The last minion lies on the ground, eyes spinning. The group looks at each other. The minions burst out laughing. Gru sighs in relief. One-Eye Minion walks into the room and notices a ball on the floor. One-Eye Minion gently kicks the ball. Small Minion walks in and sees the ball rolling. Small Minion kicks the ball back. The two minions kick the ball back and forth. Tall Minion walks into the room and sees them playing. Tall Minion joins the game. Now all three minions are playing together. The ball rolls too fast and hits the wall. The ball bounces straight into One-Eye Minion. The other two minions see what happened. The two minions burst out laughing. Translation: rescuing a stuffed toy from the rooftop. Agnes is playing in the yard, hugging her beloved teddy bear. A strong gust of wind blows. The teddy slips from her hands and flies up. Bop! Landing right on the high rooftop. Gru steps outside, following Agnes's gaze. He looks up at the roof, looks down at Agnes, nods with determination. The minions rush over immediately. Gru and the minions set up a ladder against the roof. One minion climbs up first. Crash! The ladder collapses, and the minions tumble into a pile. A minion comes up with an idea, and everyone gets to work. One minion holds a bunch of balloons after floating up to the roof and hugging the teddy bear. The minion floats in midair, slowly descending together with the teddy bear. Agnes runs to the middle of the yard, stretching out her arms, waiting. A gentle breeze blows. The rope slips loose. The teddy bear falls straight down. Right at the moment, Agnes reaches out. Agnes hugs the teddy bear tightly, beaming with joy. The minions celebrate by clapping and dancing. An afternoon at the park. One minion gets tired, walking while rubbing his legs. The minion spots a stone bench, runs over quickly. On the bench is a sign, "Caution, wet paint." The minion doesn't notice. The minion plops down on the bench, stuck fast. The minion tries to stand up, won't budge. The minion wiggles a little. The bench shakes along. The other minions turn back, panic. The whole group rushes over. One minion pulls his arm. Still can't get him off. Another minion pushes the bench. The bench moves with him. The stuck minion makes a twisted face. Gru runs over, surveys the scene. Gru grabs the minion firmly, pulls hard. Rippee! The minion pops free. But paint is smeared all over his back. The minion freezes. Looks at his back. Everyone looks, bursts out laughing. The minion turns around, looks at the bench on the bench, clearly printed. The outline of a minion The minion blushes, covers his back. Gru shakes his head, rescuing a minion stuck to a magnet. The whole group walks along casually. One minion walks ahead, suddenly stops, looks down at the ground. A large magnet lies by the roadside. The minion bends down, picks it up, turns it around curiously. The magnet pulls in small metal pieces from the road. The minion is delighted. The minion keeps walking while playing with it. Brings the magnet close to everything. They pass by a metal pole along the street. Clack! The magnet snaps tightly onto the pole. The minion pulls his hand back. It won't come off. Two other minions rush over, try to pull him away. The more they pull, the more he sticks. The minion gets dragged in, hugging the pole tightly, feet dangling in the air. The whole group gathers around in a panic. Seeing this, Gru runs off to find another magnet, flips the polarity. Gru brings the magnet closer. Clack! The minion pops free from the pole. The minion falls and sits on the road, eyes spinning. Gru exhales in relief. The whole group bursts out laughing. Minion gets sucked into a vacuum cleaner morning. Inside the house, sunlight shines into the living room. Poppy is cleaning, holding the vacuum cleaner. Ring!
Huh?
The phone rings. Poppy stops, leaves the vacuum in the middle of the room, turns away to answer the phone. A minion walks by, notices the vacuum. The minion bends down. The minion reaches a hand inside, push, gets sucked all the way in. The vacuum turns on by itself, zooms wildly around the room, hits a chair, changes direction. Other minions panic, chase after it. The scientist appears, holding a remote. The scientist presses a button. The vacuum doesn't stop. Gru walks straight to the fuse box, pulls the breaker. Click! The whole house goes dark. The vacuum stops. Puff! The minion shoots out of the vacuum. The minion rolls across the floor, covered head to toe in dust. Poppy comes back, stares at the scene. The minions burst out laughing. Planting trees in the garden. Morning. In the garden, Poppy holds a small shovel, digs a nicely sized hole. Agnes holds a young sapling, gently places it into the hole. Poppy fills the soil neatly, pats it down lightly. Agnes waters it just enough. The plant stands upright. Nearby, a group of minions also starts planting. One minion digs a hole too deep. Another drops the plant straight in. A third minion dumps soil in all at once. Dirt splashes everywhere. The minion's plant starts wobbling. The minions hold the plant together. It stands for a moment. A brief silence. The plant collapses with a thud. Poppy and Agnes turn back. Look at their plant, still standing strong. Then they look at the minion's plant. Agnes covers her mouth, smiling. Poppy shakes her head, smiling. An afternoon by the lake. The lake is calm, a light breeze blowing. The whole group is fishing along the shore. Gru sits on a chair. The minions stand behind. Peeking around curiously, the bobber twitches. Gru stares intently. The bobber sinks. Gru jerks the rod up. Nothing. Gru exhales. A minion gets impatient, pulls the rod to help Gru. The rod shakes violently. The minions crowd in to pull everyone's strains together. The rod bends to its limit. Everyone is tense. Whip, pulling up. An old boot, dripping water. The whole group freezes. Agnes tilts her head, looks at the boot. One minion laughs first. The whole group bursts out laughing. Gru looks at the boot, sighs just then. The nearby bobber jerks hard. Agnes bends down, gently lifts the rod. A small fish jumps out of the water. Agnes beams. The minions gape. The fish flops wildly, falls back into the lake. Agnes looks surprised. The minions laugh uncontrollably. The toy car goes out of control an afternoon in the garden. Agnes sits on the toy car. A minion stands nearby, holding the remote control. The minion presses a button gently. The car moves slowly. Agnes is delighted. The minion gets curious, presses another button. The car suddenly speeds up. The car races around the garden, wheels skidding fast. Agnes is startled, grips the steering wheel tightly. The minion panics, presses buttons randomly. The car goes faster and faster. Gru runs out from the house, sees Agnes on the car. Gru runs alongside the car, arms outstretched. Gru lifts Agnes up, pulls her off the car safely. Agnes hugs Gru, lets out a sigh of relief. The car keeps going, with no one driving. The car heads straight toward a tree. Bump! The car lightly hits the tree. Stops completely. The minion stands frozen, staring at the car. Gru crosses his arms and turns to stare at the minion, stares intensely. The minion raises the remote, scratches his head, and gives an awkward smile. Building a house with cardboard boxes. An afternoon in the backyard. Cardboard boxes neatly stacked, ready for an exciting playtime. The minions stack the boxes. Poppy adjusts their positions. Agnes tapes them together and decorates. The cardboard house gradually takes shape. One minion gets curious. The minion bends down and crawls through the doorway. Inside the house, the boxes shake slightly. Outside, Poppy and Agnes don't notice yet. Still adjusting the decorations, the minion inside crawls a bit farther. R.I.P. The house tilts to one side. Everyone turns to look. Crash! The cardboard house collapses. Boxes spill all over the lawn. From inside the pile, a minion crawls out. A box stuck on his head. Poppy runs over, pulls the boxes away. Agnes laughs out loud. The fridge that ate things, a hungry minion wanders in, looking for food. The minion opens the fridge, eyeing the food, reaches in to grab a cake. Bam! The fridge suddenly slams shut. The minion's hand gets stuck in the fridge. The minion pulls, won't come out, feet flailing everywhere. Other minions rush over, grab the trapped minion's hand, pull together with all their strength. Crack! Everyone flies backward. Minions pile up on top of each other, arms and legs everywhere. The minion's hand still stuck. Gru walks over. Gru grips the fridge handle tightly, takes a deep breath, yanks hard. Bang! The fridge door bursts open. Food explodes out like fireworks. Cakes, veggies, milk scatter across the kitchen. The minion pulls their hand free, falls flat on the floor. The whole group freezes, staring at the food flying everywhere. The minions burst out laughing. Gru lets out a sigh of relief. Agnes goes missing. The house is quiet. The living room is empty. Poppy walks in, looks around. Poppy calls for Agnes. No answer. Poppy frowns, turns around, searching the room. The minions rush in. Look around, nothing. Poppy raises her hand. Emergency situation. Everyone splits up to search. The minions open doors, look under the table, check behind the sofa. The minions run back and forth, bumping into each other, tumbling over. Poppy checks the time. Sweat drips. Agnes is still nowhere to be found. Everyone gathers in the middle of the room. The air goes silent. One minion hears soft breathing. The minion turns, looks toward the window. The curtain gently moves. The minion steps closer, pulls the curtain aside. Agnes is fast asleep behind it. Everyone freezes for a beat. Poppy sighs in relief. The minions look at each other, burst out laughing. Rescuing the minion stuck in the tree. A tall tree stands in the middle of the grass. A minion spots a bunch of bananas high up. Its eyes light up. The minion steps to the base of the tree, looks up, determined to climb. The minion climbs quickly. The branches shake violently. A branch partially breaks. The minion gets stuck among the branches. Hands and feet grip tightly, too scared to move. Dr. Nefario appears with an inflatable mattress. He places it under the tree, slightly off to one side. The minion on the tree trembles, looks down at the mattress, shakes its head. Agnes steps forward, a banana in her hand. Agnes raises the banana high, shakes it slightly. The minion on the tree sees it, swallows nervously, takes a deep breath. The minion lets go, jumps down. The minion lands on Gru, who has just stood up. Both tumble onto the grass. The minion crawls up. Agnes steps forward, places another banana in the minion's hands. The minion's eyes light up, grins from ear to ear. Whose plane flies the highest? An afternoon at the park. Agnes and two minions sit on the grass. Between them is a stack of colorful paper. Agnes picks a blue sheet, folds a paper airplane. The first minion chooses red paper. The second minion chooses yellow paper. 3 paper airplanes are placed side by side, bright and colorful. The group stands on the grass. Looking toward the open space ahead, Agnes throws first. Gliding gently with the wind, lands the farthest. The minion's eyes go wide. The first minion throws the red plane, falls right behind him. The second minion takes a strong run up. The yellow plane shoots high into the sky, makes a big looping glide. Everyone looks up following it. The second minion raises his hands to celebrate early. Bam! The yellow plane hits the minion, right on the forehead. The minion freezes, eyes spinning. Agnes covers her mouth, laughing. Rescuing a kitten. Stuck on the roof, a quiet yard. A kitten lies sunbathing, half asleep. A butterfly flutters by. The kitten watches. The butterfly flies higher. The kitten chases after it. The butterfly flies over the roof. The kitten climbs onto the roof. The kitten meows nonstop. Its legs tremble.
Oh.
Gru turns his head. The minions jump. Everyone runs outside. Gru looks up at the roof, sees the kitten shaking. Gru sets up a ladder, climbs up, slip. Gru slides down, almost falls. The minions rush over, pull out a rope. They tie the rope to the ladder, knot it tightly. The minions test it. The ladder tilts sideways. Gru looks at the ladder, sighs on the roof. The kitten looks down, cries even louder. Agnes steps outside, holding a fish. Agnes lifts the fish. It dangles in front of the kitten. The kitten stares at the fish, stops crying, swallows. A moment of silence. The kitten jumps down. Gru panics, raises his arms to catch it. Thump! The kitten lands right on Gru's head. Gru falls backward, sits flat on the ground. The kitten sits on Gru's head, happily eating the fish. The minions freeze for a beat, then burst out laughing. Translation: rescuing a minion stuck with glue. Morning in the laboratory. A large bottle of glue sits on the table. A curious minion picks it up and shakes it, tries squeezing it. Squish! The glue sticks tightly to his hand. The minion yanks his hand back. Stuck! The other hand gets stuck too. The minion panics and steps backward. Stuck! His foot sticks to the floor. The minion pulls hard. His body stretches like rubber. More minions rush over. Stuck, stuck, stuck. Glue splatters everywhere, trapping 2 to 3 more minions. The whole group becomes a moving blob of glue. The entire minion cluster loses balance. Roll, roll. The door bursts open. Everyone rolls straight outside. Splash. They all fall into a pond. The glue dissolves, and the minions peel off one by one. Everyone hops up to the surface, relieved. Rescuing a minion stuck on a playground slide. An afternoon at the park. A minion climbs up the slide, sits down, ready to slide. The minion pushes off, slides down a short distance, gets stuck in the middle of the slide. The minion wiggles, can't slide further, can't climb back up. The minion waves for help. Other minions look up. Panic one minion climbs up from the top, gives a gentle push. Doesn't budge. Another minion pushes from below. The slide shakes slightly. Still stuck. The whole group stands there, confused. The scientist walks over, holding a bottle of soap. He pours soap onto the slide. Soap flows down. The slide becomes shiny and slippery. The minions start sliding faster and faster. Whoosh! Thump! The minion crashes straight into the group below. The whole group piles up on top of each other, burst out laughing.